Welcome to Daily Life Connection. Thanks for joining us again today. We're going to continue exploring this God of grace. And I don't know about you, but I am enjoying this little series so much. And you might be able to tell, since I've got the same shirt on every day in these videos, that once I got rolling and recording them, I just couldn't get stopped. It was just like all of God's wonderful grace ideas were popping into my head, and I just got to get these recorded. So we continue to talk today about God's grace. God's grace means rest. God's grace means rest. Let me read to you from Hebrews chapter 4, beginning at verse 9. So then, a Sabbath rest still remains for the people of God. For those who enter God's rest also cease from their labors, as God did from his. Let us therefore make every effort to enter the rest, so that no one may fall through such disobedience as theirs, as the people in the Old Covenant did. Well, let's make every effort to enter the rest. That doesn't even sound sensical, does it? Work really hard at resting. Oh, that's what grace means. Grace means the only work I have to do is to be intentional about resting in my relationship with God, in my spiritual endeavors. They come, because of grace, they are all a point of rest. You know, if you're applying for a job or something, let's say the fire department, you want to become a fireman, and you make your application, and then you start your training. You begin to lose some weight. You begin to go to the gym. You begin to run to build up your stamina. You begin to, give up certain foods. There may be times when your friends want you to go to the party and you say, I can't, I'm in training. You're working so hard to qualify, to get in. And you're just doing everything. You're studying books and you're watching videos and you're taking classes and you're volunteering at a fire department and you're just constantly working. And then that day comes when you get the good news. You have been accepted. You're in. And what do? You can go, all that hard work, now I can rest. It doesn't mean you still won't train. It doesn't mean you still won't keep yourself in shape and learn, but it means that those are no longer things that will qualify or disqualify you. That's what grace has done in Christ Jesus. We still want to live well. We still want to live by his instructions, but those are no longer things that qualify or disqualify us. Because of his grace, we can enter into a place of rest, place where we can just rest and enjoy. Places of rest are places of restoration, of renewal, and health. If we don't get our proper rest, it can affect our emotions, it can affect our physical bodies, it can affect our relationships. Rest is so important, and yet so often I see people in the church who are just work to please God, work to do things, work to get his favor, work to have him move in their lives, to do something for their family or their friends, and just that intense work that can become a drivenness that robs us of our joy and robs us of our peace and robs us of our spiritual health until we become wrecks spiritually and physically and emotionally. And God says, no, I want you to enter into my rest. And what Jesus will do is he'll do all the work for you. He'll do all the work for you. And then he'll give you his qualifications. Because he's totally accepted and beloved, so will you be. You will be as he is in relationship to God. That's God's grace. The grace that lets us enter into a place of rest. And as the writer in Hebrews says, it's so important that make your focus that you're staying in that place of rest. Now, not a drivenness to be resting. I've got to rest. No, just don't let anything push you back into performance. Don't let anything push you back into thinking you're an outsider trying to get in. Don't let anything else pressure you into thinking you aren't qualified for all of God's blessings. Grace has done all of that for us. Grace simply means that we are in with God and we are in a place of rest where we can enjoy all He is and all that is ours in Him. Make sure you're in a place of rest, because that's what grace has already done for you. That's good news. Let's talk again tomorrow. God bless.